Warning, this podcast was produced by two men who still think that swearing is both big and clever. As a result, it contains quite a lot of it. Therefore, this podcast is not suitable for children, unless they're really fucking cool children. Yes, people, welcome to Pop Collaborate and Listen. We've had a really good week this week. I've been enjoying all of the feedback from the Alita Adams episode. Yeah, we didn't love that record, truth be told. We're back this week with another record for you. We're going to be listening to the Chris Rea album. It's called Auberge. It's nothing to do with aubergines, it means inn. You'll find out more later. It's quite a surprising episode, actually. No one was more surprised than me. Anyway, this podcast is brought to you by On The Edge Comedy. On The Edge Comedy is Brighton's best new act, new material night, taking place on the first and third Fridays of every month. We've got great headliners for you all the way till Christmas. £6. You can find tickets on We Got Tickets. Follow us on Facebook, On The Edge Comedy. Follow us on Twitter, although we hardly ever post. There is an Instagram. We're rubbish at all of the social medias, but the show happens every 2 weeks, so do come along and enjoy it. What's been going on in my life? Just trying to adjust to the world of not having a job anymore. It's interesting. My days are without any structure at the moment. I'm not going to be breaking any records for productivity soon, but I'm going to get on top of that shit, guys. Anyway, without any further ado, I'm going to crack on with this episode. Hope you enjoy it. See you next time. Hey, welcome to episode 6 of Pop Collaborate and Listen Season 2. My name is Dave Fensom.
I'm Chris Rea.
And we are here to uncover another classic record. We've had a weird run so far in 1991, right?
We have. I mean, like you said, this is the 6th episode.
Yeah.
And I'd say 5 of those have been pretty duff.
Yeah, I would say so, man. I'd say so. And we, as we always say, we are trying to find positive things to say. We have had some feedback that says, maybe they're more fun when we do enjoy the records sometimes.
I imagine they probably are.
Yeah, we're trying, guys. But the point of this journey is we've got to take what it gives us. Now, what have we got this week?
Well, this week, so we are into March of 1991.
March, okay.
Yeah. So we're kind of speeding through because they're all 1 week. So we're getting through, but this is another one that was only for 1 week, and it's Chris Rea's Auberge album. Auberge.
Like aubergine.
Well, yes, one might think that. Apparently it's a French word for in.
So the word aubergine means in
gene.
Yeah. In
ein.
Yeah. I don't know what that means. But anyway, so okay, well, it's a song about a French inn.
Yeah.
As I say, we always try and get these things open-minded. I've got to say to you, my experience with Chris Rea, I wouldn't consider myself a fan.
Okay, what would you, if you had to name, a Chris Rea song off the top of your head, what strings band?
Driving Home for Christmas.
It's
the Christmas song. Yeah. There's obviously the old joke from the 80s, which is if New Order mixed with Club Nouveau, the band would be called New Club.
Oh right, sure.
But then what would happen if Chris Rea mixed with Dire Straits? That was the
absolutely.
Rea Dire.
Yeah.
But
Chris Straits.
Yeah, exactly, Chris Straits. But so that was that. That's kind of my knowledge of it. I've always thought of him as very dad rock.
Oh, sure. I do remember. I mean, I think the one I remember most, before going for Driving for Christmas, I would go for Let's Dance. I remember that quite well.
That was
87 or something.
Well, that was on Hits Tape 6. That's why.
Right.
You
that'll be
remember
why.
it. No, I would say Road to Nowhere as well.
Oh, of course. Road to Hell.
Road to Hell. Sorry, that's it. Road to Nowhere being the Talking Heads song, which is not to be confused.
Well, certainly not.
Okay, so look, as we always do, we start with the album cover of this.
Sure. Okay. This is. And it's like an oil painting of a country road with a sports car on it.
A very specific sports car.
Yeah.
It's a Caterham Super 7. I know that because my dad used to have a Dutton Phaeton, which is a kit car version of it.
And is this kind of a well-known Yes, like sports car. Then
Caterham 7 is a fairly famous sports car of its type. Yeah,
all right, okay.
It's a fairly dead on oil painting of it. And now this to me. This looks like a birthday card from a friend of the family.
Oh, that is very, very good.
Yeah, yes. It's like your mum's friend, who you may or may not call auntie, but definitely isn't your auntie, sends you a card at Christmas and it says "Happy Birthday" in slightly gold letters, and it's got this picture on the front of it. It's a generic.
We should point out that your birthday is at Christmas for that, by the way.
Well, that is true, yeah. But this is like a fucking generic card that you buy someone who you vaguely know what their genitals look like. Do you know what I mean?
Right, yeah. It is. It's almost like one you get in a multi-pack. And this is for, well, I don't really know them that well. This'll do.
It's either this or it's someone striking a goal into the back of the net.
Okay, sure.
Well done, boy. You like the ball.
Yeah. That's very, very on point. I like that.
Yeah, so straight away I'm like, okay, we are like I've got two words in my brain for this, and it's Top Gear.
Well, this is exactly whenever I think of Chris Rea, I do think of driving rock. You know, it's the sort of thing you would buy for your dad on Father's Day. Gets played in the car.
Well, and this is ostensibly an album about him driving his car.
Well, this car that he has, this whatever it is, what's it called again?
Caterham 7.
Caterham 7. It comes up a few times. Yeah. It's mentioned. Driving is mentioned, and the car is in all of the videos for the singles on this album.
And you know, there's a theme of equating driving, open road freedom, kind of almost a libertarianism theme throughout. We are in quite Clarkson-y territory here,
right? Sure.
So
that makes sense.
Looking at this album cover, I'm 43 years old now. So when this album came out, I'd have thought that this was a record for men of my age.
Okay,
if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And it doesn't fill me with excitement.
No, it really doesn't. And knowing what I know of Chris Rea, the couple of songs that I would have been able to name, if I looked at this album cover and went, "Oh, this is more Chris Rea," I'd have gone, "Yeah, fair enough. I can see where this is going to."
Yeah, so this is playing into all of my preconceptions at the moment.
Okay. Just in terms, I found a couple of things about Chris Rea in general.
Okay.
This is his 11th album for a start. He's been around forever.
Yeah.
In 1973, he joined a band in Middlesbrough, where he was born, called Magdalene, which apparently earlier had included David Coverdale, who left to join Deep Purple before Chris Rea got there. He was in another band called The Beautiful Losers, who won the Melody Maker's Best Newcomers Award in the same year, 1973.
Nice.
He's been around for a long time.
Yeah, he's a rock stalwart.
Yeah, he really is. And he'd always played this kind of slide guitar style. He taught himself that. So he would say that his influences were people like Ry Cooder, that sort of, again, that open road style, that's what you're feeling through that.
Yeah, I mean it's a roadman blues.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, and I don't mean roadman in the kind of the grime sense of like.
Oh, yes. I didn't even know that was a phrase.
Roadman, you know roadman.
I certainly do not.
Oh fucking! How do you not know roadman? You've not been listening to hip hop for the last 10 years.
No.
How? Roadman's like a man from the streets. Is like do you know what I mean? Like a bit of a gangster, like the archetypal roadman kind of piss take was fucking what's his name? Michael Dapper's character. What's he called? Fuck's sake! Quick maths. What the fuck's the name of that character?
Oh, Big
Shaq.
Oh,
Big Shaq. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Fucking hell, man. How old are we?
Well, this is the thing. I have no idea about any of this shit.
Roadman. You're a roadman. You know.
Do you have to wear high Vis to be?
No. You might have a puffer jacket on.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Roadman's gangster. Do you know what I mean? It's
okay.
a derogatory term. Don't be a roadman. You know what I mean? It's like they're a waste man.
Oh, waste man. You say waste man, now you're talking my language.
Well, yeah, fucking right I am. Naming and shaming.
Yeah.
We're so street. We're so street.
Aren't we, though?
Aren't we?
My God. Yeah.
You were DJing hip-hop at the weekend.
That is true, but it was all, pretty much between 87 and 95, the stuff I played.
You going to do it again?
If they do it again, yeah, they want me to come back.
Wicked, man. Yeah. Shout out the night.
I did get to play Lethal Bizzle Pie.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the most recent thing I think I did.
What's the name of the night?
It's straight out of Brighton.
Okay, and it's at the Green Door store.
It was the Green Door store. Yeah.
I went once. It was really good fun.
I
wanted to come this weekend, but I couldn't. Anyway, we diverge.
So then, career-wise, his first studio album was 1978. His first solo one,
right?
And it was called "Whatever Happened to Benny Santini," and it had the single "Fool If You Think It's Over," which is another big one of his, and it was really big in the States. Wasn't big in the UK to start with, but was like a number one in the adult contemporary or whatever ridiculous chart they have there. So that got him noticed over there, and it was then re-released in the UK and got like top 30 or whatever. But he was kind of instantly big over in America. They put a lot of money behind him, the label, and the next 2 albums flopped to fuck.
Oh, really?
No, nothing at all. Ooh. No sales. So by kind of the early 80s, there was apparently one album where he gave them the tapes. Said, here you go, here's the album, mix this, produce it, whatever. They didn't even mix it, they just put it out.
Oh, fuck.
They were like fulfilling contract, and just that was that.
Oh, yeah.
So they weren't interested anymore. But then he had another surprise hit in the mid-80s, and got big in Europe. Suddenly started playing dates in like Germany and Denmark and places like this. Got a support gig with Queen, I think, on some tour.
Okay.
And basically got from there, then started to go back again and get big. And so it was the mid-80s onwards was what his kind of big fucking steep climb.
Yes.
Where he was selling out actual stadiums and being a chart.
Okay, so I mean, for a man that has got a record called Journey, man. Oh no, is it Clapton that's got a Journey?
Clapton.
Yeah. It's Clapton. Yeah. See, I mean, that's the thing to me in my brain. Clapton and fucking Rea are interchangeable.
Definitely.
So I'll be honest with you. I like that story. I like that kind of the fact that he kept grinding and came back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is an interesting story to me.
Sure.
And I'm going into this album. So we always try and keep an open mind. I'm going into it with some trepidation, but I'm interested to hear what it is because I've got a lot of preconceptions. I want to hear,
of course,
what that is. Okay.
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
So should we get in there with track 1?
All right, let's do it. So track 1 is the title track, which is Auberge.
Yeah.
I'm going to skip it, obviously, because the album version of this is 7 minutes long.
The way that this starts is with like some whistling, like a man's just whistling, and he starts his car. Then there's a little bit of kind of widdly wanky kind of guitar notes, and all the way I was listening to that, I was like, "Oh fuck, man! So far, so Top Gear."
Yeah,
like it's like you can imagine him putting on his leatherback driving gloves.
Oh, okay, yeah,
for additional purchase.
Nice.
And yeah, I was like, okay, so far, so close. And so we get to about 2 minutes 52 before the riff kicks in.
It is. It's forever. Yeah, absolutely. So we'll start it from around about there, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my first thought is, I quite like this.
I think we said at the end of the last podcast, I remember this being quite jaunty.
Yeah.
And I thought it was okay. I remember this from the time. I thought it was all right. This little slide guitar bit.
Yeah. That's it, and I really like those little slide guitar kind of accents there.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, really like those.
Right.
And there's a little, and what I like, there's a bit of horn in this, but it's very subtle in the mix. It's not overplayed.
Right, okay.
And then his vocal comes in, and I'm like,
growly Chris Rea.
I really like that voice.
Okay, yeah, okay. Right, that's
like,
interesting.
Evaluating that, I'm like, I really like this voice.
Yeah.
Right. Right, that lyric there, stop this now, right? Sometimes I swear this body's got a mind of its own. That's how all bodies work, Chris. with all the bodies have got a mind of their own. That's how it all works, mate.
I see.
You're not a biologist.
No one had told Chris Rea. This is, he's on a journey of discovery for some things.
And this is the weird thing, man. Like, I mean, I've talked extensively about stadium white man blues on the stage, and I am generally not a fan of it. And no one is more surprised than me by how much I like this song.
All right, so you really did like properly enjoy it. It wasn't just this is all right.
I know, I really enjoy this song.
I see, okay.
To the point of like, I will put this song on a compilation and listen to it again.
Right.
I really like this song.
Oh, blimey. I'm surprised because I think it's fine. I think it is good. I think his voice works really well on this. Yeah. There are other songs where I think it's a bit too much, but that gravelly sound that he has, I think works really well on this one.
I think the main riff is really good, like the kind of the rhythm of it, that slide guitar, which I was glad that obviously he's playing is really good. And as we get into the song, there's some like really kind of deep backing vocals that's kind of punctuate things, and I just think the whole thing's really well put together. Okay. And what I like about it is it's not as showy as I expected it to be. It's not like as everything's quite restrained. It's a jaunty song, but everything seems to exist to serve the song rather than like a guitarist's ego, which is often which is, you know, again, I go into Clapton territory. There's a lot of really kind of kind of guitar wankery taking centre stage, and this is just like, oh no, you've written a song, right? And this is what, you know, and I really like this.
Okay, cool. There's a review at the time of this one, and it said, "This is Rea at his best, the perfect combination of Dire Straits framed vocals and Ry Cooder's styled slide guitar.
Yep.
The type of song to play loud during driving."
I mean, and it is absolutely that.
Yeah,
but
I'm surprised that you like it in a, you know, above zero way rather than just going, "This is fine." I
really like this. I've had it stuck in my head for several days. I put it on a couple of weeks ago for the first listen.
Yeah,
and I went, "Oh, I like this," and I thought,
did you remember it at all from whenever you played it?
A little bit, yeah.
But
I didn't remember I remembered the name, because obviously the word Auberge is quite
funny,
and I remember bits of it, but I didn't. I certainly didn't like it when it came out at the time. I had no relationship with it.
Okay.
I think my next door neighbour's mum and dad had it on CD. It was one of those. I think they may have even got it from the Britannia Music Club. Do you know what I mean?
Sounds right. Yeah.
But yeah, no, which is always parent music to me.
Yeah.
But no, fucking.
Oh, fair play, mate.
You know, and I as much, you know, I went into this with probably some bias to not like it.
Mm-hmm.
Unconscious.
Yeah, but you got
but I like it, and I'm not going to lie about it. I
man.
really enjoyed it.
Good man. You were talking about the backing vocals. I did find out that one of the backing singers on this is a woman called Carol Kenyon.
Nice.
She's a session singer. She worked with Chris Rea since 1982. She did the backing vocals on Heaven 17's Temptation.
Wow.
Yeah. That's her.
That's a fucking great song.
Oh, indeed. It says backing vocals, but I imagine that's her doing higher and higher temptation. Yeah, I imagine that's her. So she was also on albums with Duran Duran, Pet Shop Boys, loads of like 80s big bands.
Sweet.
Yeah. So
sounds great.
The video for this, because I looked at the video as well. This was the first single. This was released in.
This was his biggest single at the time as well, wasn't it, in the UK?
It was, yeah.
19? 16? One of those numbers.
One of those numbers.
I didn't write it down.
The video for this is really quite bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, you know, someone will probably come up with this concept. It's shot in sort of down the side of a building in an alleyway. The car is in the background the whole time, but it's lots of different shots of stuff happening in the alleyway. Chris Rea there throughout. There is a strong man comes in, and he's got the naked truth painted on his chest. So in that line where Chris Rea goes, "This is the naked truth," he flexes his muscles, and then Chris Rea takes a light bulb out of his pocket and goes, "This is the light." Because exactly, this is a bizarre concept. There's a man sewing up some guitars. There's a child dressed as like a little ragamuffin tramp from Charlie Chaplin's film. There's a woman as a Moulin Rouge dancer. It's all over the place.
Well, this is peak MTV territory, isn't it?
But
people
were cheap.
I know, but people were throwing every kind of fucking weird idea at videos in the hope that MTV would be like, "Oh, this is visually arresting. We'll put this on."
Right, sure. Yeah. There's a lot of. I guess it's on paper. Maybe it looks good because there's lots of ideas and lots of different things.
Yeah.
But it looks cheap as fuck, and it's just kind of confusing.
Yeah, I've got a picture of the video in my head. I haven't seen it. Is it in black and white?
Almost.
Yeah. I've never seen it. Didn't know it.
Except for the blue car in the background.
Oh, fuck off.
Exactly.
All right. Okay. Well, look,
but there you go. Okay.
I'm not going to let spoil my enjoyment of a very nice song.
Fine. Here's the thing. Whenever you put it on a compilation, on one of your Spotify playlists, are you going to put this 7-minute version with a 2.5-minute intro, or are you going to look for the single version?
I will look for the single version.
Exactly.
I don't need to hear Jeremy Clarkson finding his keys. I don't.
No.
Do you know what I mean? I don't need that.
I think that's a weird thing to do as track one on an album, especially because this is the era of CDs, where you can't just go to the needle and drop it or whatever. It's not forcing you to listen to the first 2.5 minutes, but it's kind of forcing you.
Put it as a separate track.
There you go. Yeah, but it's a strange one to open the album with 2.5 minutes of sound effects.
See, I sometimes like a big build-up onto it. Like, the example that's just coming straight to head is 1903 by Naughty by Nature.
Okay.
It's just got like a kind of a big, repetitive chant with kind of weird sound effects in it, right? And then that kicks straight. That's track one. It kicks straight into track two.
How long is that? About a minute? Two?
About 2 minutes or something like that.
It's quite long. Okay.
It's a big thing in it, but there's something about the intro that makes the kick of the first track. Because I could just skip to the first track, but without it, it's not as good. Like the Victor Vaughan album, Vaudeville Villain as well, has got a similar thing at the start. And the two things, it's like Parabola by Tool is always better if you listen to Parable first.
I see. Okay, you get that big swelling build.
I should point out that the new Tool album came out last Friday.
Yeah,
and it's very good.
I think everyone was quite happy with that, weren't they?
I want to make the case for doing it's completely out of brand for us, but I want to do a special on it
on the new Tool album.
Yeah.
For this 1990s podcast, we do.
You're not going to let me, are you?
What the fuck?
No, you can't. I know you fucking stickler.
When we get to whatever 93, whenever they've got Opiate out or something, then maybe we can do a Tool special.
If just everyone that listens to this that likes Tool, just remember that Krista's the bad guy. Anyway,
I'm the man.
Yeah, you're the fucking man.
I'm the man.
Yeah,
Stick
point
your
fucking finger up your ass. Right, okay. Right, so should we?
Yeah.
Have we done enough on this?
I'm.
Where were you? So I haven't even really. Where were you on this?
Cool. I like it. I do. I don't think I like it as much as you, but I do remember enjoying it at the time. I think that was a nice little pop tune, and when I heard it again, it came back to me. It's like, yeah, this is fine. This is a good wee tune. I like the sound of his voice on this. Yeah. I do like the slide guitar. In that it's not overbearing.
Yeah, I tell you, there's something about his voice, and I'm trying to work out whether I should say it now because it didn't come to me until quite late in the record. And I went, there's something about this that reminds me of something else.
Oh, okay.
And that's where I clicked with it. I liked it through, and then I went, oh, I think this is maybe why I like it so much.
Oh, okay.
And
I'll tell you what, hold it.
I'll wait until we get to that point.
Yeah, because there's a song coming up where I go, oh, he sounds like this to me. So I wonder if it's the same thing that you thought.
I wonder. All right,
well, we'll keep that. We'll keep that.
So we've track 2?
Absolutely. Let's do track 2. Track 2
Gone Fishing.
Gone Fishing.
So we're going big chords.
Yep.
Is that a Hammond or it sounds like a fucking. It sounds like a what do you call a fucking
accordion?
Accordion, but it's not. I don't think.
I thought it sounded like brass instruments to me.
Well, maybe, yeah. No, it does sound like a horn. Actually, you're right.
I was thinking it's kind of like the Hovis ad horns.
I'm gone fishing.
Right, now the lyrics to this are ridiculous.
This is, yeah.
Right, I feel like Kermit the Frog should be singing this.
Right, I'm stopping this because my note says this sounds like a piss take song he might do in a Muppet Show appearance. That absolutely, it reminded me of Kermit doing his It's Not Easy Being Green song.
Right, yeah.
That is exactly what I thought.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Fuck's
okay,
sake. Okay.
But look, it's a song about saying fuck it and buggering off, isn't it?
Yeah, getting out of life, just being by yourself.
Yeah, gone fishing is like it's like because he says later on the song, I don't know anything about fishing, but I'm fucking going. Basically, he doesn't say fucking, obviously.
Chris Rea, he doesn't swear. No,
got a kind of big soaring kind of keys bit in the back, isn't it, and stuff. And everything I know about me.
Yeah.
Knows that I hate this song. Right?
Yeah.
I fucking don't know.
What? No, this one.
I like this.
Oh, I think this is awful.
I really like it. Really like this song.
Is this because you've just come into a period where you don't have to go to work and you're just like, I've gone fishing, mate?
Maybe. I don't know, but I did right because I've double checked myself on this song several times because I've gone, I like this, and everything that I know about me goes, you don't like this.
Yeah, your brain.
So I've been through this. I've been going, okay, is it because I like the first one so much that I've just gone? So I've gone out and I've gone, well, I'll just go back and listen to this in isolation. Still like it.
Really?
Like this song.
Oh my god!
I like this song.
I think this is dreadful.
Well,
wow.
And I'm going to present no tangible argument to why it isn't, right? But what I'm going to tell you is that I like
There's
it.
Something there,
and I would be lying to seem cooler if I told you I didn't.
No, brilliant. I'm very happy. I do not understand. I don't get that.
I just think it's a nice little refrain. It's gently put together. There's just. there's something in the melody that I really like. I like the kind of the soaring background, and I just think the whole thing works as a composition.
Wow.
I really enjoyed it.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, that's fantastic. I'm very happy with this because I think this is so bad. I think the lyrics, like you said at the top, they are ridiculous.
Of course they are.
You know, it's rubbish. It's inspirational poster quotes.
It's got a bit of a feel of one of those Randy Newman songs that you get in Toy Story movies.
Yes, definitely.
It's got an element of that to
it. Yes, right.
But I find those really cloying, and I don't find that. And I think it's something to do with the gruffness of the vocal.
Okay. I think as soon as he started singing that, "Gone fishing," I'm like, oh mate, this is a parody.
I like it though, man. I'm not going to lie to you.
It's like someone doing a Louis Armstrong impression.
Well, all right, fair enough.
I'm very pleased that you like it.
I enjoy
because
it, man.
That tickles me.
Yeah, I'm sure. I can see you.
I got nothing from this.
Your Irish eyes are smiling.
Oh man!
I really
wow.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't know. Maybe I'm in the middle of an existential crisis.
That could be it.
But yeah.
Yeah, Chris Rea is just hitting your midlife crisis bones.
Maybe, man. I'm fairly sure I've had my midlife crisis.
That's true, actually. Yeah, you're on the other side of that shit.
I started doing stand-up comedy and I got into American football. What else do you need? That and the full breakdown I had.
Yeah, well, oops.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, brilliant. Mate, you're 2 for 2.
2 for 2.
2 for 2 on a Chris Rea album.
Strongly as well.
It's like, for you so far, this is better than that Queen album.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Right,
absolutely wonderful.
Should we do track 3?
Yeah, sure. So track 3, right, is called You're Not a Number.
You're Not a Number. See, that's nice.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's a nice little lick.
Really nice.
You can feel your nerve endings. They've been dead before today.
A little upward inflection at the end. That's nice.
Okay.
You can feel them rising.
This is the song that his voice reminded. I went, oh, that sounds like on that intro there.
You got grease on your fingers, oil on your face, happy completely, chasing the pace.
That's some car reference there, isn't it? That's racing cars.
Potentially, yeah.
Grease on your fingers, oil on your face.
Yeah. I mean, I've written here, this is so top gear.
Not a number.
Oh, God, yeah.
Not a number.
That little guitar chasing in behind.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There's a new sense of freedom.
Yeah, look.
And there you go.
I fucking like this one as well.
Do you?
Yeah, I really like this one as well.
Okay.
Like a solid 4-bar blues song with a nice slide guitar in it.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't know whether it's about retirement, rebirth, or just having an affair. It's one of those things. It's very Top Gear in its thing, but the fucking feel of it I like. It's got you've got nothing too showy. You've got the restrained use of horns in there. Guitar work is really good in it. I mean, again, I can imagine this one on a long night car drive. You know, I'm driving home from Alton Towers. Everybody else has fallen asleep in the car. I'm just like sitting there enjoying it. You know, yeah, as I say, I might be going mad.
Oh, yeah. What have you done? A lot of drugs this morning?
No.
Fuck, brilliant.
I haven't had 2 coffees.
I'm surprised. I don't dislike it. Tell you what, I disliked Gone Fishing. I thought that was a bad song. This one doesn't do anything for me at all, but it's okay. I think there are some things like that. The intro is a nice little, very gentle intro, and his voice at the start, I thought sounded like Leonard Cohen.
I see. No, that's not the reference that I've got.
Okay,
but I understand Leonard. Yes, there's an element of Leonard Cohen, and certainly the person I'm thinking about was certainly influenced by Leonard Cohen.
I see. Okay, fine. Okay,
and it's not Nick Cave, by the way. But,
there
is an element of Nick Cave in it as well. Okay. I think
Dr. John was the other one I had as well.
Oh, fucking Dr. John.
Yeah.
I see. I can't think of Dr. John without thinking of that Patton Oswalt bit where he's talking about Dr. John showing up at a backyard barbecue. That's very funny.
Can't remember.
Werewolves and Lollipops by Patton Oswalt is one of my favourite stand-up specials.
Is that the one with the KFC thing?
It's the one with the first KFC thing, famous bowls.
Right. Yeah.
On the next one, that's when he does the comeback and he goes to the KFC testing centre and it's got the mega leg.
Oh, the mega leg. That's what I
fucking mega leg is one of my favourite things in the world. But anyway,
sure. All right. Well, this one I get from this. This sounds to me, again, just saying again, this sounds like a midlife crisis thing to me, because he's kind of saying, on the lyrics, there's a new sense of freedom come banging on your door, deep down inside you. You've seen it somewhere before. You're happy to find out, even this late, you're not a number.
Yeah, this is about someone being caught in the grind, whether that's what I was saying. I don't know whether it's about an affair or whether it's about retirement or whether it's about just, like you say, maybe a midlife crisis, just discovering something. It's about that moment where you just like go, oh, do you know what, fuck it, I can do something else.
Yeah, yeah.
And maybe that's why it's resonating with me at the minute, because I just...
Right, sure.
I've just given up work to do comedy, so...
Yeah. No, it could well be then.
If there's another song later on, which is about 6 months' time when you're having to sell your house and fucking regretting all your decisions, I'll probably come back to that one in 6 months. Yeah.
But I did get I took from this some of the racing car stuff. But like I say, with the grease in your fingers, oil in your face, and it sounds to me like apparently he's always liked racing cars.
Yeah.
But around this time he took part in one of the British Championships, and it sounds like he's just fully got into this hobby properly.
Yeah.
And it sounds to me like a 40-year-old man getting into racing cars.
Well, quite possibly.
And that's
quite possibly.
But also, and thing people say about midlife crises, obviously, it's sort of, oh, you're just trying to get back your youth and stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with wanting to still feel youthful and relevant and all those sort of things. And so if whatever he's doing is saying, mate, do your thing so that you can still have fun in your life. Yeah.
See, the thing is, like, I can't, from a personal point, I've been through that thing. I've been through that thing where I started getting really worried about aging. And, like, I kind of got to the point now where I don't really... I'm kind of embracing...
Oh, you've been like that for a while.
I'm embracing middle age, man. Yeah. I'm enjoying it. I've started doing woodwork. I've bought some power tools.
Yeah, you did as well.
I'm enjoying it,
Making
mate.
a table.
I'm enjoying it. I've got a corgi. He's great.
Yeah.
I still dress like a fucking idiot, but...
Yeah, but we all dress like we think we're 23.
Krista, you're wearing like you're not dressed like you're 23. You're wearing a very sensible jumper. Yeah. I mean, you've got a pair of trainers on, but that's about it.
Trainers and jeans, which really should have been in the bin a long time ago.
Well, I mean, look, man, I think since you started doing pub work, you've become quite a sensible dresser.
Well, I have started wearing shirts a lot more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I haven't seen you in a skin-tight Beastie Boys t-shirt for some time.
Well, that's because I'm 5 stone too heavy for a skin-tight Beastie Boys t-shirt.
We're all 5 stone too heavy for a Beastie Boys skin-tight t-shirt.
True. All right, well, okay. You're 3 for 3 on this. Fuck me.
Yeah, I am.
Wow, that's brilliant.
Well, shall we?
That's brilliant.
Shall we take a short break from this and dig into where we're going? Singles or albums?
Albums. We'll do the albums. We'll do albums first.
We've been. This is our 21st episode of this, and I still can never remember whether we do albums or singles first.
No,
I never can.
Now, okay, we'll do the top 10 albums. Right. All right, so let's do the top 10 albums of this week. And the week we're looking at is March the 3rd to the 9th of 1991. So it's immediately after last week's Alita Adams top 10. And, as usual, there's fuck all change in this. Let's quickly go through. Number 10, Gloria Estefan's Into the Light. Number 9, Best of Free. Number 8, Chris Isaak's Wicked Game. 7, Simpsons Sing the Blues. 6, Elton John's Best Of. 5, Queen Innuendo. Number 4, Madonna's Immaculate Collection, still at 4.
Nice.
3, George Michael's Listen Without Prejudice, which again seems to be going up again.
Yeah, I mean, we must be on a big single, yeah.
And then 2 is Alita Adams, which we did last week, so it's down to 2. Other albums released or in the charts this week. I think we talked briefly about Twin Peaks before, and you weren't a fan. I thought you were a fan, but you weren't particularly.
No, I've never made it. I've never made it through. I will watch it at some point. Yeah. I'm like I said to you before. I'm not the biggest David Lynch fan in the world. It's that was the thing.
Well, the music from Twin Peaks was at number 27.
I do like the music from Twin Peaks.
Oh, the Angelo Badalamenti.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that album, I remember that being quite cool and very critically acclaimed album at the time. People were well into it. Well, it's peaked at 27 this week. Great White had an album called Hooked, which peaked at 43. Ice Cube, Kill It Will.
Kill It Will.
Kill It Will, number 66 this week. That was as high as it got in the UK charts.
Okay, fair enough, man. Yeah. Fair enough. I mean, it was the mid session EP, wasn't it? Basically.
Yeah.
Was it 6 tracks? It's got Dead Homies on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Poor
is it JD's Gafflin?
No, JD's Gafflin's on America's Most Wanted.
Oh, Jackin' for Beats.
No, Jackin' for Beats is on America's Most Wanted as well.
Oh, is it?
Pretty sure it is. Let me get a
definitive.
Okay. Oh no. So no, these things are on here, but these things are all on the album as well. Endangered Species: Tales from the Dark Side, which is the Chuck D song.
Oh, yeah.
That's on America's Most Wanted. Right. Jackin' for Beats, I'm fairly sure is on America's Most Wanted as well. Get off my dick and tell your bitch to come here. Right?
That's a great one for charades.
Yeah, exactly. That is also on America's Most Wanted. I'm fairly sure. The Product, I don't think is.
Oh, right.
Dead Homies definitely isn't. JD's Gafflin Part 2.
Okay. All right.
And I've got to say, What Up?
Okay, so kind of odds and sods.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, exactly that.
Fair enough. And the other one I saw was the New Jack City soundtrack was released this week as well.
Nice.
And I didn't see the film at the time at all, but I do remember the Ice-T track.
New Jack Hustler.
New Jack Hustler, thank you.
New Jack Hustler.
Yeah, Hustler Hustler. I remember loving that at the time. But album-wise, that's all I've got for this 1 week that we're looking at. So nothing major, ticking along kind of thing. We will, in the next couple of podcasts, be getting some new blood into the top 10, but at the minute, that's kind of just really is just a rearranging of
well,
these,
I mean, look, that's the thing with these 1 week
Yeah.
releases. The chart back in those days was a slow moving beast.
Absolutely,
You're turning around cruise ships.
Oh, yes, very much. Yeah. So okay, there you go. That's what we've got top 10 wise. Back into Chris Rea.
Yeah, let's do it. Track 4 is called Heaven.
And this was the second single off the album as well.
Yeah, I mean, this was a lot more, I think, of what I was expecting going in.
Yeah.
It's kind of like lightweight Procol Harum, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have expected this from Chris Rea, because I think this is I don't see him as ballads, but I can see this is the if someone said, right, Chris, you need to put out something that isn't Auberge and another upbeat genre one.
I mean, it's this kind of ponderous elegiac guitar kind of playing with the vocal. I mean, yeah, I mean, again, it's about very much enjoying driving.
It is. It's like being on the road, yeah.
Yeah. There's a couple of very poorly scanning lyrics in this. There's things where he's really, really forced the syllables.
Oh, right, yeah.
And yeah, this one doesn't really do anything for me.
No. I mean, I wasn't sure if this was a song about being on tour, and so it's very specific to him, because it's like being on the road and heaven being the destination where his partner presumably is. So heaven is waiting at the end of that journey, or I didn't know if it was just about having a job and having to drive all the time.
Well, yeah, I mean, I thought it was about the freedom of the open road. I'm in heaven because I'm out and I'm free and I'm driving around and I'm having a lovely time.
Oh, I see. I mean, again, from reading the lyrics, I thought it was that heaven was waiting rather than heaven was that. But maybe it's
I'm
that
in
way.
heaven. That's the lyric, isn't it? I'm in heaven.
Do you mean the lyric is I'm in heaven, do heaven?
It's like, and I stood up last week. I stood up for fucking. I can't even remember what the Queen lyric was. Dilly dilly do dilly.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Yeah, hoopty hoopty doo.
Yeah, hoop dilly dilly hoop dilly do. So I stood up for that, right? And I didn't care for this bit.
I burst out laughing when he did that doody heaven bit.
I laughed as well. I can't lie.
What the fuck, mate?
Yeah. So I mean, this breaks the run for me.
Okay,
this
so
one, not as into this one.
Right, this midsection has not started well for you.
No, I've got nothing else to say about this one other than, I mean, I don't want to keep saying very Clarkson, but I'm going to have to. And so this one, doesn't do much for me.
No, this sounded to me like a David Brent song. It's that
Equality
it's
Street.
so worthy.
Yeah.
It's so heartfelt. All this stuff about driving. It's like, fucking hell, man.
Yeah,
calm down.
Yeah, leave it out, son.
The video for this as well is shit awful.
Yeah.
There's sort of various close-ups of his face singing interspersed with shots of like big lorries on the motorway and close-ups of the wheels turning and signs going past at night and this sort of rubbish.
Right,
And
okay.
there's even a bit where this lorry pulls into a petrol station and just fills up with some 4-star.
I doubt it's 4-star, mate.
In 91?
Well, surely it'd have been a diesel at that point.
That's very true, actually.
Come on, mate. Know your fuel types. If you don't know your fuel types, are you qualified to talk about this album?
I don't think I am. I genuinely don't think I would be allowed to. But this is a fucking weird one for a second single as well.
I mean, it is, yeah. I mean, I'm guessing it's a swipe at going. You're still very much in the at this point. A single is a tool to drive album sales.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
where the profitability is. So maybe
it's radio.
So maybe it's like, okay, well, this is one feeling of this. This is the other feeling of it. So if you like this and this, then we got everything on that.
If you didn't like Auberge,
don't
you might
worry.
Like this
album's a smorgasbord.
Right, sure.
Of driving
it reminded
hits.
me a little, and I don't know whether it's because it's called Heaven, but the intro reminded me of Clapton's Tears in Heaven.
Yeah,
I got that feel.
That kind
from
of big, kind of slidey guitar.
Yeah,
fair enough. Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, but no, I think this is dreadful. I think this is absolutely.
Well, there's
awful.
a point. Had Tears in Heaven been a big single fairly recently?
I actually don't know about the chronology of that.
Yeah,
that's possible.
Because if it had, then that would make sense why this became a single.
True.
Anyway, right.
Yeah, this only got to number 57. So the great British public also agreed that this was fucking dreadful.
All right, well, let's not bother any more with it then. Let's go to track number 5, Set Me Free. Why don't you, babe?
Why don't you, babe? So, slide guitar.
Plinky.
This reminds me of the intro to Texas, I Don't Want a Lover.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't want a liver.
Wake up, see the morning light. This is you, this is today.
I mean, this is one about fucking liking driving as well.
To get it right.
Aren't they all?
Look, dude loves driving.
Yeah.
Fair. But this is, again, right, this is a long song, 7 minutes long.
Yeah. I mean, but it's also kind of in two halves. The second half is instrumental.
Without a doubt, right? And all of this first half is boring.
Yes.
And then 422, I think it is. Possibly. It's around 422.
Yep.
It goes up tempo and into the slow-low. And yeah, I like that bit. It's a bit of a toe tapper.
Yeah.
It's well put together. It's good. It doesn't warrant a 7-minute song.
Right, sure.
And as we discussed earlier, the new Tool album is out, and there's nothing below 8 minutes on that motherfucker. Yeah. So I've got no problem with a long song, but it doesn't. It's a game of two halves, Larry.
Well, indeed, yeah.
It very much is. I like the second half. Don't like the first half.
I think the second half is fantastic.
Yeah, I really love
the
the
second half of this song is my favourite bit on this album.
Oh, okay. It's not mine.
Yeah.
But I really like it.
It really got me. I played this a few times over, and I must admit, because I'm such a fan of the second bit, I'm prepared to forgive the first bit possibly more than you are.
Okay.
I still would skip it.
I don't
give
hate
it a choice.
I don't hate it, but I think it's a bit boring.
I think it's
Yeah, kind of what I mean, just don't bore us. Get to the chorus or the 4-minute instrumental bleed out.
But if I'll play from kind of the first where it gets into the instrumental bit here.
It's like when November Rain kicks in.
Oh yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Bam, bam, bam. And there's like whatever 2 minutes of this.
Yeah.
But it keeps on building, and it's a really good little. Yeah. No, I like this, but I'll tell you what this reminded me of.
What's that?
I only found out recently what this song was and who it's by.
Okay.
And the thing is, you will have heard this song, but
is this the theme music from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Absolutely, it is. Yeah. It's by the Eagles.
Oh, okay.
It's called "Journey of the Sorcerer."
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and absolutely when it kicks in here. But it's the dun 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 bit from the Chris Rea song reminded me of this. A little bit of kind of guitar coming in. So once it does that, it's different, obviously. But the strings and the guitars, etc., reminds me of that sort of feel of it.
That's great.
Yeah. No, indeed. It reminded me of that from the instrumental bit. I like that.
It just fucking reminds me of a business trip I once had to go on, right? I used to work it. I won't name the fucking company, but I used to work it, and there was this odious man who was the director, right?
Right.
And I used to have to work in different countries. I had to go on a business trip with him and like his second in command, who was clearly fucking, right?
Okay.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And like he knew I liked music, and he turned around and he went, "Only two worth bothering about: the Eagles and Eric Clapton."
Wow.
And
that was
the only two worth bothering about that's all of music. Fuck your Beethoven.
Had he just like got again probably some CD collection of Britannia music, and he only just got the E's?
He was
Eric
just,
and
he was
Eagles.
just a cunt.
Wow,
an awful cunt. I can't have another rant about people I
no,
work with
indeed.
in this life.
Well, you can, but you'll run out of them at some
Shout
point.
out to my friend Matt Butler, who I used to work there with.
Oh, is that right?
He
Okay.
fucking slagged that bloke off in one of the most hilarious ways I've ever seen in my life.
Nice.
Anyway, right, okay, so yeah, okay. Well, we both like that one in varying degrees, but
Yes.
both really solid on the end.
Absolutely. I think that the lyrics, the first half where he's actually singing, there are some clunky lyrics in that. I don't think that works. I don't think lyrics are his strong point, if I'm honest. I don't think there's anything on here which is... you go, oh, that's a great line, or that makes me feel something. I don't think he's got that in him.
Well, I mean, there are bits like in that third song. I think there's a kind of a plaintive simplicity, like a kind of an everyman kind of way of putting some things across. I do think I don't think he's a terrible lyricist. I think he's a lyricist capable of terrible lyrics, and he's never like a profound poetic lyricist, but I do think that he sells concepts and ideas quite well. Some of these songs,
okay,
I get saying it's all with a reservation. It's all with a reservation that it's a little bit kind of root one and clunky, and it's got a certain affectation to it.
Yeah,
right. But it's not like authentic in that. Okay, this is the
working man's.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But at the same time, I never feel like it's outside of things that he truly loves. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I definitely would agree that he's speaking from experience and speaking from the heart, or whatever you want to say. I don't think he's embellishing or making stuff up. I just don't think he's got a particularly good way with words.
Okay, I know what you're saying, but it never annoys me in the way that some of Sting's stuff is. And,
right.
Sting is arguably a better lyricist.
Yeah, indeed. I remember some of the stuff he was... The verses he would come up with would actually make me go, I can picture, the sea or the Northumberland docks, etc. This, to me, is a bit rhyming dictionary.
Okay. I think I give it a little bit more slack than you do.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, again, it's not going to win a poetry competition, but then again, if you win a poetry competition, you're probably a cunt.
Mate, exactly. That's not something you brag about. Right, shall we move on to track number 6?
Red Shoes.
Red Shoes.
I have a very immediate question about this song.
Very immediate.
Let it play. It's like, and it is. Is that a fucking tuba?
That's a tuba. What?
Is that a fucking tuba?
Why has this happened?
Just pause for a second here, just to shout out Rob Mulholland's very, very funny bit about a tuba.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, in his backyard.
Is it my moon tuba?
Yeah.
I'm going to give a shout out to Rob Mulholland there. He's got a podcast called Rob Mulholland Has an Opinion. Very, very funny. Fucking northern cunt. Lanky prick. But yeah, I'm going to be a guest on it at some point. And not too distant. I mean, he is though, man. But yeah, check out his podcast. It's very funny. And he's got a special coming to YouTube soon, which I was at the recording of
nice.
in Edinburgh with the show that we saw.
Yeah.
It's been videoed and that's coming to YouTube soon. So keep your eye out. Big shout out to Rob Mulholland. Good dude.
Lovely. But yes, that is a tuba. That is absolutely a tuba, and there is no place for a tuba in this album.
I don't believe so, no.
No. Immediately, if you put a tuba on, it sounds like a comedy song. It sounds like, are we at the circus? Is there are there some clowns coming round and throwing buckets of confetti?
Apart from there's one exception, isn't there? Tubular bells.
Oh my lord! Oh no!
From The Exorcist,
Oh Jesus Christ!
Tubular bells.
Yeah,
Should I say it again?
No, please, never. Please, no.
Oh, okay.
And also the lyrics on this one, I don't understand.
No,
why
I mean,
this is a thing.
I mean, there is either a deep allegory underlying this that has not crossed my mind at all, or he just really wants some red shoes.
Some red shoes.
For reasons that remain undisclosed.
Yeah, it's like the entire song is kind of about if you're kind of like down your luck and a bit of a beggar or whatever. Red shoes are the biggest thing you could get as a treat, as a present.
Yeah, I mean,
like the lyric here is, when misery is all there is, you've got nothing to lose, so come on and buy me some red shoes.
I mean, I think you'd probably be better off with a tent or a sleeping bag.
Absolutely, some food.
Yeah.
Get him a Big Mac.
So yeah, look, for me,
I find this very annoying.
Yeah, there's no real hook to this.
No,
it's very generic. And I made a note here. I said, look, this is one of the shorter tracks on the album.
Yeah, just under 4 minutes.
Yeah, but it still outstays its welcome.
Oh, it's straight. Well, as soon as that tuba comes in, I'm like, skip, next, pass. That's not a good idea.
I'm in a tuba. Do you reckon he made a video of it and went, I'm going to put this on YouTube?
Oh, no.
No?
No, God.
What?
I'm not well. You can't do this to me. Fuck
Stick it up your
Christ. Okay, I don't get this one bit. I think this is a duffer. Right in the middle of the album as well.
Yeah, it's a duffer. It's a space filler. And we're reviewing this as an 11-track album.
Oh, right,
we should mention at this point, the Spotify version of this is 12 tracks. It has a song called Winter Song on it, which was a release that became a hit after the albums came out. So they included it on later releases. But as is our want, we are not reviewing it. We're reviewing the album as it came out and was number one.
Yeah, exactly. This is the version that was number one in 91.
Yeah.
So there was another song around this point in the album, I suppose. But yeah, for our purposes, this is bang in the middle.
Absolutely. So we're gonna do.
We'll do track 7.
Yeah, which is called "Sing a Song of Love to Me." Now this doesn't start well.
No. At least comparing it to the last one, at least I know where I am with this.
Yeah.
I'm not confused at all about why there's a tuba coming in. This is it's a love song.
Yeah, it's very cliched. It's very hotel bar.
Yeah, late night, smoky atmosphere.
Yeah, and this is the thing, like, if I heard this song, if I was, if we were in Edinburgh again and we were in like a kind of a lobby bar, and this guy came in, I'd be like, oh, this guy's got a fucking good voice.
Sure.
Oh yeah, well, it's kind of, kind of thing I'd have a drink, a cocktail, and listen to. But I don't want to hear it recorded.
No.
This is just. I'm starting to lose a little bit of my goodwill for this now.
Okay, right.
Which is a shame.
We're on a downward slope at the minute.
I'm not enjoying it. I'm not.
There's no life to this song.
No,
There's no spark.
No, it's procedural, really.
Yeah, I also, in terms of lyrics on this, I find that I thought there was an element of self-pity. So it's not just, a love song to someone, and therefore a nice thing. There's something about, I've seen some days and had some times. Lucky boy, can hear you say, you think my sun does nothing but shine. So it's like, he's saying, you look at me and you see a pop star or whatever, but I'm damaged. I have my issues or my woes. Like, yeah, but don't fucking tell me about this. I don't care.
Oh, come off it. You're a fucking grunge fan. That was the entire...
Yeah, but
that was the entire oeuvre.
Not in his song called Sing a Song of Love to Me.
Well, I mean, no, that's... Come on, let's talk about duality of meaning. He's allowed to have a little kind of... well, he is. He's, but I am Pagliatelli.
Is that the climb?
Yeah. Pagliacci, whatever the fuck it was, I don't know. But you can have that. That's a good trope. I think that's unfair as a criticism, but
it didn't jibe with me.
Well, I mean, it didn't jibe with me either. I was just saying I don't think that's a. I mean, any criticism is reasonable, but I think you're being unfair there.
Possibly because I did not like this song.
Yeah, no, I didn't either. But there's no need to put the boot in.
Rubbish.
You just don't like the bitch you don't like. Fucking hell, mate.
Well, it's most of it on this
Who
one.
hurt you?
Chris Rea, right now.
Yeah, hurt me. Yeah, didn't like this. Nothing else to say on it.
No, it's a shame because, I don't know, I suspect he's got a good, very meaningful love song in him. And fucking hell, this is his 11th album. He's probably got one in his back catalogue that I've never heard.
Yeah.
This is not it.
Sure.
This is not the one.
Well, look, so, right, okay, so we are, that was track
That was 7, so we're 2/3 of the way.
2/3 of the way through. So, for me, doing a little review, first 3 songs, 3 for 3.
You're straight in 3 for 3.
3 for 3.
Uh-huh.
For me now, those 4, I am half to 2/3 for 4.
Right.
So I'm 3 2/3 for 7, which puts it just over halfway.
Sure, okay, well, which is actually a lot better than some of the albums we've done, you know.
A lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, hugely better than you thought it was going to be, and a lot better than most of the albums we've done this season.
Yeah, apart from Jesus Jones,
which was solid.
bangers. Anyway, right, okay, so let's take a break now. Let's get the singles.
Yes, indeed. Right, do top 10 singles. So, most of the top 10 is the same.
Okay.
But number 10, I'm going to play some of this, and I'm going to have to play this off YouTube because it's not on Spotify.
Wow,
In
really?
fact, there's actually quite a few of the other singles that I'll come on to in a bit that aren't on Spotify.
Okay.
It's one of those weeks. But number 10,
Mm-hmm.
one of the worst songs ever recorded, I
Okay.
think. I think we'll have to agree on that.
If I like this, it's going to be hilarious. I'm not going to though.
No. Fuck it. Right, here we go.
All over the nation there's a brand new craze. You see it going on wherever you play.
Tell me when you get it.
It's funky and it's funky and it's polite. You can do it by
Is it the stomp?
Yes, it is.
Fucking hell. Hail and pace.
The fucking stonk.
I think a guy that a friend of mine had this on 7-inch at the time. Yeah, fucking awful. And I was a Hail and Pace fan at this time.
I remember enjoying their TV show.
Yeah, I bet if we go back to it now, it's dog shit.
Oh, and I bet you it's. You couldn't say these things anymore.
I bet it's racist.
Yeah, I bet it's racist, and I bet there's a lot of homophobia going on.
Yeah.
But this song was a comic relief one, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's one of the worst things I think that's ever existed.
Yeah, it's dreadful.
Awful.
It's like if everyone who recorded the Blues Brothers had just had a massive stroke.
Massive stonk.
Stonk.
Well, again, the stonk. Fucking hell. And it's like they try and do slightly dodgy lyrics, you know. Well, it's best done at night, the stonk. So, fuck, please don't do this. The video for this, because again, I had to watch it because it's not on Spotify, so I had to actually watch the video. And because it's comic relief, they've got loads of kind of TV personalities.
Right.
And it's people that you would expect from that time. The comedians, I think Jim Davison's face is on there at some point. But at one point...
Why is Jim Davison doing anything for African kids?
They didn't tell him.
Yeah.
But at one point, all of the Mary Whitehouse Experience are on there.
Oh, no.
Doing one of the most forced kind of little dances, and they don't look happy that this is happening.
Mate.
Yeah. Like Newman and Baddiel, just glum faces while the stomp is going on.
I'm going to watch it just for that.
So it's fucking dreadful. So that's number 10. And once we're past that, the rest of the top 10 is, you know, amazing in comparison, even though it starts with Alita Adams. Get Here, number 9. Number 8, Free All Right Now. 7, Expansions, Move Your Body. Then number 6, new to the top 10 this week. Whenever I saw this at 6, I was like, oh yeah, that song. And then I got it for this, and I went, I've never heard this before in my life.
Okay.
I was thinking of something totally different.
Let me see.
So see if you get it.
Let me see.
And this must have been quite big because it hangs around for a couple of weeks.
Right.
In the top 10.
It's ringing a bell.
Is it?
A little bit, yeah.
Right. Because I was getting nothing. I was like literally nothing from this.
I need hang on.
I got your letter from the postman just the other day.
Is this Glenn Medeiros?
No, but it does sound like it actually, doesn't it? It really does.
Oh, yeah, I've heard this before. What is it?
Just to let you know exactly the way I feel.
Yeah.
To let you know my love's for real.
Oh yeah, you're mouthing the words.
I do it, yeah. Oh fuck! Who is this? Because I love you.
Yeah, okay. That's the title of the song. Is Because I Love You.
Yeah, because I love you.
And there's a brackets as well. Brackets, the Postman song, which is a terrible bracket.
Is it a one-hit wonder?
Well, yes, I'm going to assume so, especially over here. I think maybe he did more in the States, but this is the only time I've ever seen.
What's the name of the artist? I'm not going to get it.
Stevie B.
No, I would
Stevie
never.
B, Because I Love You.
I remember the song though.
Do you?
Yeah, the back of my mind I do. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I would have never got Stevie B.
Nah. No, I think whenever I was looking at this, going, "Oh, Stevie B," I remember that. I think I was actually thinking of The Adventures of Stevie V.
Oh yeah, well, Dirty Cash.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so I put that on. I was like, "Oh, no idea what this is."
I remember the song, but only in a kind of as I heard it, it's coming back to me.
I see. Right. No, well, fair play. You're still, you know it more than I do. Number 5 is Nomads, I Want to Give You Devotion. Number 4, The Source, You Got the Love. 3, Simpsons to the Bartman. 2, Madonna, Crazy for You. Still, whatever re-release that is.
Maybe it was a fucking live. Maybe we should release it for the live thing or something. I meant to look into that.
Don't know. And up to number 1 this week is The Clash, Should I Stay or Should I Go?
Cool.
That's moved up to 1.
Yeah.
So there's your top 10. In other bits of the singles chart, there's a few little bits here. Number 15 this week. I'm going to play this, but not in a guess what this is because you won't know. But just to have it underneath there. I remember this coming out. This is The Charlatans, Over Rising. And This was a single they put out between the first and second album, and it wasn't on either. This was kind of like an EP they did.
Okay.
And I remember really enjoying this. It's very Charlatans, as you can hear. But I do remember thinking this was a really good little stopgap. And again, it was one of the ones they still play to this day. I think it was a big one for the live show. So that was number 15. Number 16, continuing the kind of indie theme. Shout out to Cy Sharp for this one. Ned's Atomic Dustbin.
Nice.
Happy, this is called. And I was definitely a Ned's Atomic Dustbin fan at the time. And I remember this one coming through. It was after Kid with TV, which was the one that I first heard. And this was one of the ones that then was the next one to get played in the indie clubs. And I fucking loved it as well.
Right, fair play.
In a, jump around the dance floor way in a shitty little sticky floored indie club. It did it for me. Ned's. And actually, I was very surprised to see that it got to number 16 because I thought that was quite high for a Ned's track. I didn't think there was that many people buying it in 1991, but I'm wrong apparently.
Fair enough.
Yep. Then there's a couple I'm going to have to do off YouTube again. This one was number 23.
This isn't In Your Face. No, this is Is this? Is it 808? No, it's not in 808.
It's not 808, no.
Fucking Alternate?
No, but
one of those.
Around that time, exactly. It's another one of those ones. Enjoy. This is Adrenaline.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah. And there was quite a few of this sort of stuff coming out in the charts at that point. And I don't think I ever had this one, but I definitely remember it being around. Mm-hmm. And it's I think, like you said last week, proto rave. It was really at the start of when that got popular and went into the charts.
Sure, yeah. I mean, you can go a little bit earlier, I guess. I mean, Bomb the Bass was like late 80s,
but this is the chart.
Yeah, for sure.
The big popular stuff. Whenever it was, you see it on top of the pops. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Enjoy were at one of the front of that. That got to number 23. I'm jumping now to number 65, and whenever I was queuing this one up, I was like, I don't know if Dave's going to know this or not, because I loved this at the time.
Okay.
I loved this, but that was because someone had put it on a tape for me.
Sure.
And I've since, I think at the time I bought the 7-inch, I've since bought the 12-inch of this. But I'm not. It wasn't a big tune, but maybe I'm wrong. Let's have a look.
You ready? Yeah!
Crosstown traffic.
Yep.
Yeah.
UK hip hop.
Yeah.
They're from High Wycombe. I'm here to get paid.
Bringing the funk back, giving you a taste of real hype juice that's been missing on wax. Polishing up myself, cause it's gotta be done. Showing people that I'm not number one.
Anything?
I'm just a kid that's going out.
Yeah. No, I don't. I mean, I don't know the tune.
No, oh, fair enough. It's Caveman.
I was going to say it's Caveman. Fuck me.
Oh,
I was
right.
going to literally say is it Caveman.
Oh, yeah, Caveman. It's called I'm Ready.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
And that was the first I heard of them.
I was literally going to ask you if that was fucking
That was
Caveman.
Caveman. Right, there you go.
Fuck's sake.
65 in the charts, which I think is pretty decent for a UK hip hop.
Yeah.
One of the early ones that they did as well.
Mm-hmm.
And in the video, which is obviously very basic, it's them in a room, but there's lots of shots of Tim Westwood.
Westwood.
A young Westwood in the background.
Fucking hell. Can you imagine such a thing as a young Westwood?
Oh, actually, that's true. Did it ever really happen?
Yeah.
No.
He was in his
forever.
mid-30s at that point. A young Westwood.
So Caveman, I'm Ready there.
Don't even get to choose my own joints now, man.
That was a good impression.
Yeah.
Nice. And this is number 76, and I'm playing this purely for myself. No one else is going to know this at all. Right. I enjoyed this at the time. Again, I think I bought this in sort of a 50p singles bargain bin.
Right.
A week after it came out, because no one cared. And they don't even have a Wikipedia page. There's nothing. There's no website for them at all.
Right.
I was trying to look up some facts. Oh, I remember these guys. There's nothing. But I remember this. There's just a nice little jangly indie pop tune. And whenever I saw it, I just brought it all back. This makes me happy. It's very ordinary and very obvious. But the band is called FishMonkeyMan.
Of course they are.
And the song is If I Told You Once.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's very basic. But when this chorus comes in...
I mean, I would say that, like, the only thing I'll say about this song is any members of FishMonkeyMan are quite likely to listen to it.
Yeah.
We should put it out with a hashtag FishMonkeyMan, and I guarantee you someone from the band. But wicked, man. I love stuff like that. I love it when there's a song that's got some meaning to you that you care about and whatever, man. I could be an absolute prick and take the piss out of you for it, but I'm not going to.
No, totally. That made me very happy to hear that again. Yeah. And again, it's not on Spotify, obviously, and there's a ropey as shit upload of a chart show video of it, whatever. I'm good with that. Number 76 this week, FishMonkeyMan.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I feel like we're in a real fallow period for like something about 1990. We were getting a lot of kind of stuff coming out, and I feel like we're not hitting those touch tones at the minute.
Not quite.
Weird, isn't
we really
it?
aren't. And I don't know whether it's because for the last season, whenever there was a 3-month number one, there was so much that I could go, well, in this 3 months, this was released and this was released. And we're not getting that on this series of 1 week.
Well, I mean, that is true.
So we're getting maybe one each time rather than 4 or 5. That might be it, but it's not. It's not genre defining and going to blow you away.
It really isn't. Okay, but such is life, man. All right, well, look, let's get ourselves...
back into the arse end of Chris Rea.
Let's go. Let's bring up the rear.
Hey, the rear.
Bringing up the rear.
Nice. Okay, I'm fine with that.
All right, all right. Fuck it. Right. So next one's called Every Second Counts.
Yes.
The name of a popular Paul Daniels
game show.
Game show. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. And were you thinking that there was something missing from this Chris Rea album so far? Because.
I mean, I was
like, mate, there's something just lacking.
There's a flavour missing.
Flavour it is. So hopefully we'll get into that. Let's see. Here's Every Second Counts.
Fuck, it's gone Calypso.
We got a little bit of reggae, mate.
Calypso. No, I'm going Calypso is the word I'm using here.
I'm saying reggae.
Calypso.
Mate, you can't spell reggae without Rea. And an egg.
You can say the same about Elton John. You can't spell reggae without reg.
Yeah.
This reminds me. I don't suppose you ever played the. Don't suppose you ever played the computer games Curse of Monkey Island, did you? Or
No.
Secret Monkey Island?
No.
Because basically that was a very, very good set of Lucasfilm games, point and click kind of adventures.
All right, yeah.
Really fucking funny. but set in like the Caribbean, like Pirates of the Caribbean, and they all had like these kind of calypso soundtracks to them.
Really?
And it just the song just reminds me of like kind of wandering around the island doing ridiculous things with rubber chickens.
Okay.
Rubber chicken. If you, anyone, it'll be a reference that's completely lost on anyone that hasn't played those games. But rubber chicken with a pulley in it was one of the items that you found.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, brilliant games, man. I like to the point where
weird.
To the point if you're looking for something fun to do, just pick them up and run them on an emulator because they are really good fun games.
Oh, there's probably an Android version of it now, isn't there?
I think there is. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
anyway,
okay, that is completely over my head. I must admit that reference.
Yeah, there is a hint as well, right? I mean, it's not Donnie Wahlberg territory.
Oh,
but there is a hint at moments of inflection here of doing the voice.
Okay,
just here and there are little moments. I'm like, oh, you are.
Is he just like scraping the tip of it?
Yeah. And look, right, we're talking about a blues album.
Yeah,
right? We're talking about a blues album.
Yep.
So right, and look. If you want to get into the kind of argument about cultural appropriation, blues music is black music.
Absolutely.
But there is something about the calypso thing that just makes me a little bit queasy.
Sure.
It does.
Well, this is a bad idea.
I mean, it's awful, man.
Yeah.
I mean, lyrically, it's about, I guess, like a risk-taking go-getter. Bit of a maverick.
Oh, because like he can't slow down, he's racing the wind, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and you know, and like when juxtaposed against a laconicist such as, I mean, I'm just thinking, is this like a kind of a guy that he's encountered whilst doing his driving that he thinks drives a bit too fast?
Oh, okay, right, a bit of a road bastard.
Yeah, road bastard. Yeah, that's what you should have called this song. There's a 1 minute strings outro to this as well.
And then it kind of breathy vocals at the very end as well.
Yeah, I mean, I've just put why.
It's a terrible. I mean, it's the worst idea he's had so far.
This is the worst song on this record, sure. I think.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all.
No. I mean, in terms of what it's about, I wondered, was it an analogy for time speeding past and whenever you get old and everything gets left behind? And so time is the thing that won't slow down. And
I mean, quite possibly.
And so it's getting older, and again, it's looking back. That's what
quite possibly. I was
every second count.
You know, I think it's readable in different levels,
or it's just about cars.
Yeah, or it's about, maybe it's about just not stopping and looking around and enjoying the experience.
Sure.
Who knows? But anyway, and I've got nothing else.
No,
on that.
this is fucking rubbish.
Let's go to the next one.
Rubbish. Okay, number 9 then.
Looking for the Summer.
And this was a single as well. This was the 3rd single.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, I like that.
That kind of... It reminds me of those songs that are supposed to sound like a train.
It kind of got a haunting feel to it. It's all those minor keys, you know.
Yep.
And like, you know, lyrically, it's about, you know, kind of spring's coming, you're looking for the summer, right? And, you know, as we sit here, you know, we're in early September now. You know, looking out, the weather is starting to change a little bit. Summer turns to autumn, and all of a sudden you start facing that shitty prospect of the winter. That kind of that seasonal change.
Okay.
I get it. I quite like this.
Okay.
It's kind of like a mellotron or a synth, or maybe what is that? That kind of.
That sounds like a Hammond, a high-end Hammond.
Yeah, it kind of almost has slightly theremin as well.
Okay,
but I think you're probably right. It is. I think it's a Hammond.
Looking for the summer.
There's a somber edge to this song,
yes,
and I do connect with it.
Okay,
I do connect with it. I can't tell you exactly why I like it, but I do like it.
Okay, just the whole feel of it.
Yeah, I mean, is it about being horny, going out there and getting laid in the summer? I don't know.
No, it is. I read an interview he did in '91, and to quote Chris Rea himself, it says the idea is fundamentally a guy is looking at his daughter, so let's hope it's not getting horny.
Jesus.
Who is now just about in her teenage years, and he sees her turn away. She's looking to her summer, like she's spring looking for the summer, and then he then in autumn is looking back and remembering what it was like when he also looked for his summer. So summer is kind of your youth, your prime of your life.
Yeah.
And so for some people it's ahead of you, for some people it's back.
Yeah.
And so it's there's also a bit in the, I think, 3rd verse where he's talking about his partner, his wife, and how they dealt with each other's growing pains. They both looked for their summers and helped each other and were there for each other in their summers.
Oh, okay.
They grew up together in that.
That's quite nice.
It is. No,
I wouldn't have pulled that from it, but
sure.
No, this is. I wouldn't say I love it, but I do like it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a solid 7 out of 10 on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
This reminded me of something very specific, and I couldn't quite put my finger on it. There's the feel of it, that rhythm, that little, like I say, that train track, whatever you call it, rhythm, and the feel of it. I don't know what it is, but closest I got was maybe a Springsteen song that I have in the back of my head.
Okay,
something
feel
along those lines.
Yeah, I can see that.
If anyone else is listening and going, no, you're definitely thinking of this, please let us know, because there's something in my head where I'm going, yeah, it's like that, and I can't quite get it.
Cool, but no, I like this one. I think it's solid,
sure,
decent.
The only thing I thought was a little bit kind of strange on this, because if you take his version of this, where he's talking about summer being your happy time, there's a bit at the end of, I think, verse 3, where it says, "And still I stand this very day with a burning wish to fly away. I'm still looking for the summer," which, fair enough, it's saying you're still hoping that there's good times, but it sounds to me, because in that verse he's talking about the times with his wife.
Yeah,
he's still going, yeah, no, hopefully that wasn't it. Hopefully those really good times, that wasn't it, because they were all right. But I'm hoping summer's still coming, please.
Oh, mate.
That was right. I just thought, no, you don't say that out loud, do you?
Well, I think you might be examining the analogy too much.
Very probably.
Maybe it doesn't hold up to that level of scrutiny.
Very probably, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But no, I thought this was okay. I thought this was passable. I understand why this would be a single, because I don't think there's that many other singles on this album. And this is a radio-friendly track.
Yeah.
The video for this, again, has the blue sports car in it, of course, and it shows just various generations of people in summer, obviously, in sunny days on a beach, driving along, finding each other, whatever it is, all being very happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like that one.
Okay, cool.
Next one, And You, My Love. Yes, I've put weird bass line.
It's kind of like walking bass line.
Yeah,
it's very different to the rest of it.
Doesn't feel like it fits.
Right. See, I kind of like it, but I think one of the things I like about it, it reminds me of some like ABBA songs, and you won't like that at all.
I've just put it's a bit of a nothing track. It's fine.
Oh, I think it's a bit rubbish, to be honest.
But I still like the vocal in it, and this is where the vocal. This is where I got my reference point. I went, oh right.
Okay. All right, let's wait till he comes in here.
I do not sleep tonight. I may not ever.
I'm trying to think what that reminds me of.
The sins of the past.
When I say it, I think you'll get it.
There's something, but I don't know.
I sounds like Mark Lanigan.
Oh shit! Yeah, that really does.
It really does, doesn't it?
Really, okay, sure. Right. Okay.
And I know the reason. What they've all.
Okay.
See, the thing is, right, at 3 minutes 30, this song is done, right, and then it goes in a similar way to when we went back to Set Me Free. It goes into like an instrumental bit, but whereas that excellent guitar work and instrumental bit really lifted the previous song and changed it, I don't think it does that.
No, I've got a note that the 2-minute outro on this is balls.
Yeah, it's just it just doesn't really lift it in any way, shape, or form. It's not like offensively bad or anything, but it's just like, oh well, you're just chewing time, really.
Yeah, and this is the one I suppose we'd feel where he's showing off a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, here's 2 minutes of guitar work.
Yeah,
and it sounds like work, to get through that. I don't think it's good.
And not like WERK.
Work it.
Work, girl.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, nothing else for me on that
this.
one.
No, I couldn't understand what it was about as well, because it sounds kind of mysterious, a little bit ominous or whatever. But I didn't understand. Is the devil coming to take your girlfriend's soul or something, or is she dying? I don't get this drama. I don't understand what the song is trying to tell me.
Right. Okay.
But so it confused me, and it bored me at the end. I didn't didn't get anything.
Yeah, no, it was like I say, a bit of a nothing track for me, but I did get the vocal revelation. So
Sure.
So if nothing else, I got that.
Okay, well, thanks, Chris. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Right. So
bonus.
last track on
Last
this
one.
album is called "The Mention of Your Name."
Time goes by, and every single tear it must have well run dry.
So we're back in very melancholic territory.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, not anything on this is particularly happy, but
Lonely night,
This is proper wallowing.
yeah, this has got some of the biggest string arrangements on.
Yeah.
accept
Yeah. Oh, well, especially right to the fore because there's no guitar over the top, but there's no drums anywhere else. This is all very
years go
stringy right now.
past.
Is that almost like he's going for that Bond string?
Yeah, and I do have a soft spot for a big string arrangement, but this doesn't really get me.
No, I think there's nothing to this at
No,
all.
it's a sad song about a lost love. All
Yeah.
these years later, I hear your name and it inspires something in me.
Yes.
But
yeah.
it doesn't really do much for me. There's not, like you say, there's nothing to it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like you feel like you've got something to say, and you've got but it doesn't like. So everything I like about this album is where the things that are put together just simply serve the song.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
And I think about the composition, and that's when the stuff really works. This it feels a little bit gratuitous to me.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I think it's a very ignominious ending. For
Oh, I
this
think it's a
album.
real whimper of an ending.
It really is, yeah. It is. It's like kind of farts its way out of
Yeah.
existence. Yeah, so I it's a shame to end on this, I thought. But
Yes. Yeah, I would not have. I mean, I probably wouldn't have put it on because it sounds so different to everything else as well. Leave it as a 10-track album instead of this
Mm-hmm.
as 11th. That's fine. But yeah, if I was going to put it on somewhere, I'd have stuck it 8 or 9 so that you finished on something else.
yeah, exactly that. Exactly that.
Now, there's nothing. Again, I've said it on a different one. I don't think there's any life to this or any spark.
Well, that's how I feel as well.
and there's no tune to it that at least I can hum afterwards. Nothing there.
And I don't mind a really downbeat, melancholic song, but
absolutely.
it's like if your whole vibe is just this is a fucking bummer,
Yeah.
you need to, you need to hit some beats that
Well,
accentuate that.
Sure,
maybe,
or have some actual passion, so I feel your pain and your misery, or have a song that I go, "This is beautiful." I don't mind.
yeah,
the
it kind of
lyrics
ends
and
up as
shit.
a bit of a dirge, doesn't it?
Yeah,
That's what
it really
is.
does. Really does.
All right, so that's the album.
No, fine, okay.
Okay, so
Done.
How do you feel about it?
For me, right, if we say 11 tracks,
Yeah.
I would be 2 for 11 on actually liking
Right.
songs. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll tell you right now, I really like the first 3 tracks.
Yes, you do.
Established it, right?
Yes, you do.
And I'll tell you what this has made me do. It's made me go, maybe Chris Rea is a greatest hits artist for me.
Okay.
Maybe if I listen to a Chris Rea greatest hits record,
Yeah.
I'm going to like that. But I also go, maybe it's not the singles that I like.
Well, yeah, because 2 of those aren't singles.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But look, there's a solid 4 2/3 songs on there that I really enjoy,
Right, sure.
which I did not expect.
No, I was fully expecting me to enjoy this more than you because I liked a couple of songs. I was thinking you were going to hate everything.
And you know what, I was kind of braced for that as well. Like I said, I
Right,
never
sure.
go into it wanting that. I
No,
never
no.
do. But I am a prick. We know I'm a prick, right?
Right.
We've established that I'm a prick over the year.
Well, and everything you think about Chris Rea builds up to your preconceptions.
So on balance, even though I know it's like 4 2/3 out of a 11-track album is damning with faint praise.
Yeah.
I would still say that this was a rewarding experience for me.
Great.
overall.
Mate, I'm really chuffed.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with that.
Enjoyed it, mate. Enjoyed it. So,
But here's the thing.
so here's the thing. So we've got to go for.
Between 1 and 3 songs to go on to our
Yeah.
ongoing playlist.
I mean,
You can find the playlist at our website, pclpodcast.com,
yeah.
which it has songs from every single album we've talked about.
Yeah,
Our
absolutely.
favourites.
Please follow it. Like following it lets us know that people are listening
Yeah,
to it.
yeah.
Okay. Also, we do a playlist for every single episode as well.
Oh, indeed. So, yeah, the playlist will be up for this one. It'll be in the description of the episode, and it's got all of the Chris Rea songs, and then it'll have all the other ones we've talked about that are
Yeah,
on Spotify.
and we had some chats with people this week actually on Facebook where people are actually listening along to the albums with us, and that's really nice. To know. Guys, get in contact with us and let us know what you think about these records. We really we
Genuinely
would love to have. We know the downloads are out there. We would love to have a little bit more feedback and talk about some stuff with you guys on here. I mean,
find us on the social medias.
Find us on the social medias and contact us. But look, here's the issue, right? Sure. For me, Auberge is a died on. It should be on here.
Fine.
The problem with it is, are we allowed to include a single version?
I would happily give us a pass to do that.
I think we should as well,
because
I
couldn't put a 7-minute one with a 2.5 minute ridiculous intro.
So
if I can find one,
I think if we can do it, then we should.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
I think if we can't, we probably have to anyway, because it's a song we both like the best.
Sure. Yeah. That's the one we agreed on.
Yeah. Now,
I can't give you Gone Fishing. Right.
I know that. I know you can't give me.
I know
you can't give me Gone Fishing. Right. So the one that you like.
Well, the one I like, I don't like the first half of.
That's how I feel as well.
If I could put the second half on, I would do that. But
we can't edit.
No, absolutely not.
Track 3.
Yeah, track 3 is your other one, so you're not a number.
Yeah, you're not a number. How do you were like nonplussed?
I'm very nonplussed with it. I think it's forgettable. It doesn't do anything for me, but I don't dislike it. So if you want to put it on, because you genuinely liked it, if you want to put it on,
I genuinely like it.
If you want to put it on, I'm fine putting it on.
I think this is a 2 rather than a 3.
Okay.
So looking for the summer, I could make a case for as well. Where were you on that?
No, I didn't like that.
Okay, well let's go for track 3 then.
Okay. So you're not a number. Auberge, and you're not a number.
Okay, cool.
Fine. All right, well, that's that then. Good.
All right, excellent stuff. All right, guys, well, thank you for joining us this week. Do get in contact. Let us know if you listen to this Chris Rea album, if you think I've gone fucking insane.
Indeed. Send help.
Yeah, as I say, follow us on all our social media exploits. And we're about to post a video of us cutting up an Alita Adams album with a power saw. So hope you enjoy that. So, all right, well, next week we'll be back with another episode where we're going to be listening to The Farm's breakthrough album. Spartacus. I say breakthrough album. I mean... only relevant album.
Indeed, yeah. So that's next week. That's what we got for you.
Okay, that's what we're doing. And all right. Catch you. See you next time, guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye. Thank you for checking out this episode of Pop, Collaborate and Listen. It was produced and edited by us, for which we can only apologise. We are on Twitter at PCL Podcast, on Instagram also at PCL Podcast, and Facebook.com/PCL Podcast. All of these, plus links to our various Spotify playlists, etc., are on our website, which is pclpodcast.com. Please feel free to get in contact via any of the social media or on pclmusicpodcast@gmail.com.